On this episode of O'Fallon Matters, learn how you can stay cool and safe during scorching summer temps. Find out about all the fun community events coming up in our city, and catch up with a group of teens as they experience what police work is all about. All this and more next on O'Fallon Matters. Welcome to this episode of O'Fallon Matters. Baseball fanatics from across the Midwest gathered at CarShield Field for the 2018 Frontier League All-Star Game. Joe Meyer is here with the highlights from that night's festivities.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frontier League All-Star Game, brought to you by JC.
The River City Rascals, CarShield Field, and the city of O'Fallon recently hosted the 2018 Frontier League All-Star Game and Home Run Derby. Fans from all over the metro area enjoyed all the festivities.
It's a big event for us because it's the 20th anniversary of the Rascals. We haven't hosted the All-Star Game since 2004, and so we knew it would be a big draw for the community. Having the former Cardinals out here for the Home Run Derby, it was a big event, and it's been a great crowd, great night, beautiful weather, really all we could ask for.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have it here with everybody from all over the league visiting to see what O'Fallon has to offer, and with the restaurants, everything here that we have here in O'Fallon. Everybody in the Midwest gets to see what we have.
And to get the festivities started, O'Fallon Mayor Bill Hennessy threw out the first pitch. Executives, fans, coaches, and all-star players from 12 different teams traveled to O'Fallon for the extravaganza. And this year's Frontier League All-Star matchup turned the traditional All-Star game upside down.
So if you've been in the league for 3 years or more, not necessarily the league, but if you play pro ball for 3 years or more, you're on the experienced side, and 1 or 2 years, and you're on the rookies. So this is my first All-Star game, so I've never been a part of it when it was the other way, but hey, everybody's still out there, so we're going to have some fun.
Played a couple of All-Star games in my past, but this is my first one, the Frontier League, and you know, like I say, there's a lot of good dudes in this dugout and the other dugout, and it's just, you know, a fun time to be here.
The 2018 Frontier League All-Star Game was a smashing success, and the fans were treated to a terrific performance at CarShield Field.
I have not taken my kids to a baseball game in forever, and so this is actually one of the funnest times that we've had and a special time together.
You pay $10 or $12 and you get to sit, 50 feet to 100 feet from the field. These guys actually work their tails off. They really want to play well, to play for the scouts that sit behind the plate, to have a chance to make it up to the major league level. It's just really fun to go to, and I live 10 minutes from here, so.
In the end, the experienced team beat the rookie team by a score of 8-3. Derek Lovelace of the Normal Corn Belters was named MVP of the game. Don't forget to join the River City Rascals throughout the year for a fun brand of baseball that's close to home.
It's such an intimate atmosphere. You know, you come and no matter what seat that you're sitting in, it feels like you're right on top of the field. You get to interact with the players. The concessions are unique. The items are great. The pricing is affordable for families. It's something to do besides sitting at home and watching Netflix. It's usually you're going to get a beautiful night when you come out here. So it's just a combination of factors that really kind of, with the ballpark being, nostalgic, really kind of takes you back to a bygone era of baseball.
Tickets are still available for the remainder of the 2018 season. Visit rivercityrascals.com to pick up tickets and learn more about all the amazing promotions that take place throughout the year.
High temperatures can cause big problems through the summer months. OFallonTV's Brett Fickus is here to share some tips to help you stay cool and beat the heat.
Summer is one of the most exciting seasons in O'Fallon, as it means it's time to get outdoors and fully enjoy everything our city has to offer. Summer is synonymous with sports, events, festivals, and soaking up some sun. But as temperatures soar, so too does the risk of heat-related illness. We all know exposure to the sun can lead to uncomfortable sunburns, but high temps can also lead to cramps, heat exhaustion, heat stroke, and more. The good news is that heat-related illnesses are preventable, and we sat down with paramedics from EMS Station 14 in O'Fallon for some tips on how to stay safe. To get started, here are some symptoms to watch out for that might indicate a heat-related illness is developing.
If you're starting to feel sick to your stomach, maybe you stopped sweating. You've been sweating, but now you've stopped. A headache, maybe some visual changes, things like that.
You can get into a much worse kind of heat illnesses when you're talking confusion or seizure activity or unconsciousness. And obviously those things could be a lot of other problems as well, but heat-related illnesses can go from really minor complaints to really major life-threatening concerns.
So if high temps are in the forecast, what can you do? The safest answer is also the simplest. Just don't be outside when temps are at their hottest.
Probably the number one thing a person can do to prevent a heat-related illness is to be smart about when you spend time outside. It's better to do your activities early in the morning or later in the evening if you have that kind of flexibility. It's just to avoid it if possible.
Avoiding being overheated starts like the day prior. Making sure that you have plenty of fluids on board, taking care of yourself in advance of having to go out and do something like that. And then make sure you have somebody that can check on you, especially if you're an older person. Make sure that you have somebody that knows where you're at and what you're doing so that they can come and check on you periodically.
If you have to be outside during high temperatures, make sure you stay hydrated. Sports drinks and lemonade can replace vitamins and electrolytes lost due to sweating. And if you're running errands, it's critical that you don't leave pets or children in your car. Temps can rise to dangerous levels in a matter of minutes, as heat from the sun gets trapped in the car, kind of like a greenhouse. On an 80-degree day, the temps inside a car parked in direct sunlight can quickly climb to 140 degrees or more, which is deadly for children and pets alike.
A lot of times what we see is that this is truly an accident, where they leave their kids in the car. Maybe they just meant to run into the gas station for 5 minutes, they run into a friend, and then before you know it, now it's been 10 minutes, the car's been off.
Heat inside of a vehicle can rise rapidly. You've got sunshine coming in the windows, you've got no air movement. You see the engine usually isn't on, and it just becomes a stagnant atmosphere that heats up really fast.
So remember, plan your day out so you're not outside during the hottest part of the day. Take caution while exercising or doing yard work, and take frequent breaks to rehydrate and cool off. Never leave children or pets in a car, no matter how briefly. Finally, if you feel fatigued, dizzy, faint, or experience other issues after being in the heat, call for professional help right away.
If you're having a medical emergency, you should call 911. That is what we're here for. We are happy to come out, check you out. It doesn't mean you have to go to the hospital right away, but at least we can rule out some of the bigger things. And at least in this type of situation, get you cooled off and hopefully help you feel better.
The city of O'Fallon and St. Charles County recently honored a local hero from our past. Joe Meyer is here with that amazing story.
Several months ago on O'Fallon Matters, we told the heroic story of a former slave named Archer Alexander. During that story, we learned of some exciting news in regards to Archer's memory. Now, here's a quick recap of his story. Archer was an African-American slave living in St. Charles County during the Civil War. He learned in February of 1863 that men sawed through the timbers of a railroad bridge. He ended up informing Union troops who then fixed the bridge before any trains passed. Archer also informed Union troops that arms were hidden in an ice house of local rebel sympathizers. After this incident, Archer fled to St. Louis, where he would eventually win his freedom and become a symbol for memorializing the Civil War in Washington, D.C. In 1876, Alexander's features were used by sculptor Thomas Ball in the Emancipation Memorial statue, preserving his place in history. In June of 2018, the Missouri and U.S. Board on Geographic Names approved renaming Tributary B in O'Fallon and Cottleville to Archer Alexander Creek in his honor. Now, Archer Alexander Creek runs through the land that Archer was bound as a slave. And recently, officials from St. Charles County, O'Fallon, Cottleville, and the NAACP gathered in unity for a ceremony honoring Archer Alexander Creek. Missouri's Secretary of State John R. Ashcroft presented the proclamation.
But whereas Archer Alexander was born into slavery in Virginia and brought to Missouri around 1830, and whereas Archer Alexander in 1863 informed Union troops in the St. Charles County area about an incident of local railroad sabotage and hidden weapons, and whereas Confederate sympathizers suspected Archer Alexander of his actions, so he escaped to St. Louis and successfully petitioned the Provost Marshal of Missouri for his freedom. Now therefore I, John R. Ashcroft, Secretary of State, do hereby proclaim that the formerly unnamed stream in St. Charles County is today, June 28, 2018, officially designated Archer Alexander Creek.
What a fitting tribute to a man who saved the lives of Union soldiers by putting his life on the line. And if you would like to read more about Archer's journey to freedom, you can pick up several books from your local library. The City of O'Fallon's Historic Preservation Commission also has some exciting news regarding Sage Chapel Cemetery's bid to become only the second site in O'Fallon to be on the National Register of Historic Places.
Nominations take a lot of work, a lot of research. They have to have documented information. It can't just be anecdotal. They have to be able to document it. So how the process works, it now goes to the state equivalent of our Historic Preservation Commission to be a hearing in Jefferson City. And at that point, the presentation will be made. They will vote on it and recommend to the National Park Service, who administers the program, as to whether or not it'll be on the National Registry. They've put together a phenomenal nomination, and we hope that it'll go through with no questions asked, because it truly is an honor. It'll be the only cemetery in O'Fallon that's on the National Registry, so I think that speaks for itself.
Once again, the City of O'Fallon and its residents are honoring the past while progressing towards a better future.
Summer fun isn't over yet. We still have a number of great events on the way. Let's take a look at what's coming up.
If you need inspiration for some summer fun with your family, you're lucky you live in O'Fallon. We've got plenty of events coming up, and you'll find there's lots to do right in your hometown. Every Tuesday at the Civic Park Bandstand, music lovers know they can enjoy another incredible night of live music at the O'Fallon Jammin' Concert Series. With bands like Platinum Rock Legends, Accolade, and Biscuits and Gravy still ahead, along with a huge selection of food trucks and concession options, it's no wonder hundreds of people enjoy every jammin' show. Shows kick off at 6:30 p.m., and you can find a full list of performers and food trucks by visiting www.o'fallon.us/jammin'.
Jammin' is one of my favorite events in O'Fallon. Every Tuesday night, we just dance the night away to a variety of music from live bands. We have food trucks and wine and beer from Rendezvous Cafe and Wine Bar. We'll see you there.
What summer could be complete without a dip in the area's premier outdoor aquatic complex? Alligators Creek is open and better than ever, with a new look, redesigned play features, and so much more. Grab your swimsuit and your friends and enjoy everything this incredible pool has to offer.
If you're looking for a great way to beat some summer heat, come on out to Alligators Creek. We've got a brand new lazy river with some awesome inner tubes, a new playground, a bridge with alligators and logs, and a splash pad which is also open to the public. You can come on out through Labor Day weekend.
And if that's not enough action, we've got one special pool event still ahead on September 8th. You'll be able to dive into Alligators Creek with your best four-legged friend.
If you guys haven't gotten enough of Alligators Creek, come on out for the Pool Paws Dog Swim. It's adorable. We've got dogs swimming around in all three pools, and your owners can come too and get a little splash.
Now, this last festival isn't technically a summer event, but it's a can't-miss O'Fallon tradition year after year. Fall Fest returns in September, and it's bringing with it all the music, food, arts, and crafts you've come to expect from this annual celebration. Right now, we're seeking talented artists and crafters to be a part of this event and show off their work to thousands of people in our community. You can find more information about being a vendor at www.ofallon.mo.us/fallfest.
Fall Fest is an O'Fallon tradition with live music and a variety of craft vendors. This year it'll be held at Civic Park on September 8th, so come out and see us.
That's just a small taste of what's still ahead in our community. You can get more info on everything going on around town in the city's website or in the summer edition of your Parks and Rec ad. And no matter what you decide to do, remember to get out and enjoy summer here in O'Fallon.
Our next story features an organization that serves the community with dedication and distinction, and they're looking for new members to help fulfill their mission.
The O'Fallon Lions Club received its charter from Lions International on November 5th, 1955. The club chartered with 25 original members and was sponsored by the Old Monroe Lions Club. Since then, the club has been very active in the community by promoting a wide range of service projects. These projects help make the city of O'Fallon and St. Charles County a better place to live, work, and play.
The mission for the Lions Club is very simple. It's we serve. And what we serve is our community and the world globally.
We have a very strong club that gives back to the community. That's one of the things that I believe in is where you live, you can make a bigger change than you can around the world. Yes, you can do little pieces around the world. It really does help that too, but you can make the largest change right here in your backyard.
Did you know that the Lions Club has 1.3 million members worldwide? In fact, it's the world's largest service club organization. And here in O'Fallon, they're focused on helping those in need by taking part in community fundraisers throughout the year, like O'Fallon's Heritage and Freedom Fest. At these events, the Lions Club cooks up tasty foods and helps out in any way possible.
And those profits go right back to the community where we provide eye care for children, for adults. We also support the Missouri School for the Blind Leader Dog Program, and through resources through the Fort Zumwalt School District and Salvation Army, as well as St. Vincent de Paul and St. Joachim and Anne.
Each member is dedicated to the ethics and objectives of Lionism and to giving their time to help those who are less fortunate than themselves. Members receive deep satisfaction that comes from being able to help others, and becoming a Lion is easy.
To become a member of the Lions Club, we do have an application that you fill out, and you submit your check of $55 is what the membership dues is a year. So you fill out the application, and then there's a review process they go through, and then if everything looks good, then you're accepted into the Lions.
Your commitment for the Lions Club is entirely up to what your schedule will allow. You can give as much or as little as time that you have. We have members that come to meetings, some that cannot make the meetings. We have those that are members that will volunteer their time as little as 2 to 3 hours a year, some as many as 40 hours a year.
If you would like to know more information on joining O'Fallon's Lions Club, you can visit their website at OFallonLions.com, or you can check them out on Facebook.
Young O'Fallon residents got a taste of what police work is all about thanks to the Junior Citizens Police Academy presented by O'Fallon's Finest. O'Fallon TV's Brett Fickus is here with that story.
It starts with a search for fingerprints, and it ends with flashing lights and the clink of tightening handcuffs. But nobody's actually getting arrested. This is just an average day at the Junior Citizens Police Academy. And over the course of the program, young participants got a chance to go behind the badge and see what police work is all about.
This is kind of like a fun program for the kids to learn the basic aspects of police work. You know, we've gone through patrol, we've gone through crime scene processing. They're going to learn some internet safety and some first aid.
They get to meet a few different police officers, and we do some presentations on crime scene investigations. We do tours of the facility. They got to see the jail today. They thought that was really cool. So they've got to do a lot of the day-to-day stuff that people maybe don't see all the time.
Using a combination of lectures, videos, and hands-on activities, kids got to see the tactics and tools used by our officers on a daily basis. During one session, they learned how to make traffic stops and how our officers call things in on the radios. During another, they learned how specialized tools can be used to find evidence or hunt down fingerprints. They even got to take a tour of our jail cells and learn how our officers book a suspect. The Junior Citizens Police Academy is plenty informative, but above all, it's just fun for the kids and the officers.
I really like it. I think on the one hand, it's at the same time more and less glamorous than kids always think that it is. It's just different. It's different than I thought it was going to be before I was a police officer, but it's cooler in a lot of ways than what you think, and the kids get to really kind of get in touch with what we really do on a day-to-day basis, and it's really exciting for them.
The Junior Citizens Police Academy has two primary goals. The first is to combat the CSI effect that surrounds police work and show off how policing is different from how it looks on TV. The second and more important goal is to further our community outreach and humanize our officers.
Well, something I like for these kids to come out of the program with is that they can come talk to a police officer, that we're not the bad people, we are open-minded, we treat people with kindness and dignity, and that's what I'd like them to get out of this program.
The Junior Citizens Police Academy is one of several police academies offered throughout the year. We also offer a General Citizens Police Academy for people ages 18 and up, as well as a Senior Citizens Police Academy with activities and lectures geared toward older residents. This was the first year for the Junior Academy, but based on the response we got, we'll definitely be offering this again next year.
This has been a very successful program. It filled up very quickly. We were unable to place other parents and their children into the program, which they really wanted to do. We just didn't have the room. But yes, we will be offering this in the near future, every year, every summer.
If you're interested in signing up for one of our Citizens Police Academies, consider liking our police department on social media for updates delivered right to your newsfeed. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/OFallonPolice.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have a good story idea, let us know. You can email us at OFallonTV@OFallon.mo.us. And please remember, give back to your community, because O'Fallon matters to all of us.